Watch this.
Next on the 208, a major development. The man charged with killing a New Meadows couple is taking a deal from prosecutors. Ahead, we have insight on what's being taken off the table in exchange for that deal. Get the Cali Mochos. It's time for San Ignacio in downtown Boise. Andrew Bartline is live celebrating, plus explaining what is being celebrated. Hashtag SoBoise. And my goodness, what a week it was around the 208. There was skating, sitting in traffic, art, and you at home, you had some thoughts to share about the week that was. So we are digging into the mailbag on this 208 Friday. Let's get started. We have an update to a very serious story that we brought you back in December here on the 208. You may remember this, but we will refresh your memory. John Cody Hart, he pleaded guilty today in 3rd District Court to the first-degree murders of Rory and Sarah Meehan. They're from New Meadows, and this happened in October of 2022. John Cody Hart is accused of shooting and killing Rory and Sarah at the hotel that they owned in New Meadows, the Heartland Inn. Investigators say that he was a guest at the time, and he was a guest at the Heartland Inn at the time of the murder specifically. Court records show that he drove to Idaho while still on probation in Washington, where he was accused of a very violent assault. Hart was found incompetent initially. Later, though, it was ruled that his competency was restored, and so the proceedings against him continued. And today, we found out he has pled guilty. And as a part of a plea agreement, the state will recommend life in prison without the possibility of parole, and in exchange, they will withdraw the pursuit of the death penalty. Sentencing will be set for later this fall. Friends and families of the victims, Rory and Sarah, say that they were known for their love of life, the outdoors, and a passion for the community they lived in. One, they say, that lit a spark in anyone who came in contact with them. Well, it's the last weekend of July, which marks an annual summer highlight in the City of Trees. Downtown Boise is a big spot. And today, oh yeah, you know it, it's the start of the San Ignacio Basque Festival. Boise's home to a thriving Basque community. And this weekend, they get to share their history and they get to really show us what the culture is all about down on the Basque Block. And Andrew Bartline's at the festival now, an hour into the fun. Andrew, what's got your interest so far? Making any friends down there?
Yeah, well, it's starting to pick up more as people get off work, starting to come down here, fill up the Basque Block. If you kind of look over at the corner near the Basque Center, that's where a big congregation is right now. And I think the main reason of that, Joe, that's where the Cali Mochos are as well. So slowly starting to pick up, more people coming in as well. Anytime it's a normal weekend even, this place fills up. But there's some fun entertainment as well that might catch your interest. We got a graphic we can throw up for you right now. It shows Paula and Basque handball. Those are the sports that they're showcasing here throughout the weekend. And that's the schedule if you're interested, coming down and checking it out today. Several events lined up, and this talent is world class. There are professional athletes traveling all the way from Basque Country to showcase their skills for the people of Boise right here on the Basque Block. And one of those organizers tells us he's been working for years to get some of these athletes to come to town. And we met a few that really caught our eye. These women truly are world class. I'm talking #1, #2 player in the Basque Country League. Our photojournalist Jason talked with them today and put together a pretty fun story for us.
We called it escupilota. It's Basque handball. We play with our hands and we have to hit first the hand and then the wall, the front wall. 5 years ago we started playing like professionally because then until 5 years ago only men could play this sport professionally, but now we can play professionally. Special for us to play here, to show them that our sport is also hard but also beautiful. And we are very proud to show them our sport, to show the girls that they can also play this sport that it's called for the men. Yeah. We start playing today with the semi-finals of the championship, little championship that we are going to do. At 7 p.m. we are going to play here, and then the finals will be tomorrow at 4 p.m. And in Sunday we are going to do a exhibition match. It's a rematch of the championship that we play there over there. Everybody can come here to play, to try the sport, because I think that once you try it, you are going to be playing more, and I hope that more people will come to here.
If you're interested in getting a chance to watch them play specifically, that's going to be 7 p.m. here on the Basque Block. Ask anybody when you come in. That building's just down the way near that museum. But to Joe, I'm not sure if you're familiar with this. They're just warming up, playing, having fun. When they're playing competitively, that's like a baseball. You hit that thing wrong, they say you're going to break your hand. So you asked me earlier, are you going to go out there and play? I can't, Joe. I got to stay healthy. I'm not out here trying to use my health insurance right now.
Okay, well, Andrew, we'll keep you healthy. I do have a question, though. When I'm down on the Basque Block this time of year, it's something about the smells that attract me. Are the foods cooking up right now?
I'm starting to smell a little bit. If our photojournalist Jason wants to pan and show us, you can take it off me. You don't need to see me at all. Check it out down there at the corner. Chorizo, I believe, is how you pronounce that. I've been here the past couple years. Those are great. So I'm starting to smell it. People are starting to flood in and starting to fill up, Joe, as people get off work.
Oh, a perfect Friday night in downtown Boise. All right, save me some chorizo. Save me some croquettes, Andrew. I'll meet you down there later. Thanks for the report.
When you have a really bold, audacious vision to make, lasting change, lasting positive change in the world, you need bold, audacious people to join forces with you and really share in that vision.
And the Hunger Coalition did just that. They joined forces with the Tour de Force to help fund their nonprofit, which helps food get on people's tables. And food that is the 6th most expensive in the country, in a place that has the highest wealth disparity in the nation, one of them, I should say. And 52% of the people who live there are food insecure. That place is right here in Idaho, Blaine County. This is an astronomical gap and is something that Blaine County Hunger Coalition has been battling for decades. It only got worse through COVID and now record high inflation. So the Sun Valley Tour de Force helping with that too. The nonprofit is full of donors who focus on giving back to important programs in the community. They're doing it in record time. We checked back in with the Hunger Coalition to see how much the Tour de Force helped them out. You might remember the story we shared with you earlier this week. In case you don't, look quickly because it's a fast one from Andrew.
Tucked deep in the Wood River Valley, local drivers line Highway 75, but hardly to catch an eye.
It's Hondas, it's SUVs that all look the same.
Hardly.
communicate to your north end.
But that can change
10-ish till they hit the start.
in an instant.
Maybe 15.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get things ready to go here.
So excited for you guys.
Max runs the start line.
You know the drill. When I give you the thumbs up, the course is yours. Until then, it's not.
Now, it's a new fleet of wheels,
Road's closed, we gotta go.
slotted to push the posted limit.
Modern 1, force clear.
From the start line, the course is hot. Now we're in business.
One that might not seem lucrative, considering the crowd's comprised of cheap seats.
I've been into cars since I was like,
It's all free.
as long as I can remember. I think I was a year old when one of our friends gave me my first little like Hot Wheels, and ever since I've just been hooked.
Nathan Johnston's part of the tight-knit club up here.
Oh, here we go. So that's the new McLaren 750S. That's a prototype car. So no one actually owns that car yet.
It can be hard to imagine owning any of these cars,
Hitting over 200 miles an hour, which is pretty cool.
but a few
Only the fastest one out here.
you could probably pick up.
We're gonna go for kilometers an hour because it seems faster.
It also feels like a race. Lucky for most, it's not.
They're incredible cars, and you know, people drive at their comfort limit. My friend, which is coming up here pretty soon, in fact, I should probably record this. It's not the fastest car here, but he's pushing it as hard as it'll go, which is cool. You can hear it. That might have been the last car.
Because, of course, you still have to brake. In this case, for the public to use the public road. That's when the connections are made.
So right here is Kevin LaChapelle's Audi R8. So this one's supercharged, and it's got some Xbox emblems on it. He actually works for Microsoft, and he's one of our biggest helpers in this event and helps bring in sponsors that want to make a difference in the community.
From the start line, the course is hot.
It's not a race, remember? They're here to push limits.
Oh no, it's the other McLaren 720S.
All kinds of limits.
Last year they raised $650,000 for the Hunger Coalition, just changing thousands of people's lives. It's really cool. It's not just about going fast. It's about raising money and giving back to the community.
Not bad for free.
It's a thrill of a lifetime. It's incredible. When you come around that turn and it opens up, and it's like you're flying.
Wrapped portion for that McLaren is probably going to be the fastest car at this event. I'm pretty excited to hear what he does.
Good air.
Or rather, what she did.
And I think I just got lucky and I got the fastest speed by like 1 mile per hour, and my dad was right behind me.
Alexandra Hayner drives every year.
2:18.87.
That's not the all-time record.
We had somebody go 246 in 2016, I believe.
But it's enough today to get the attention of the man in charge.
We got the sheriff setting the land speed record right now.
That's the best part. I have the speeding ticket I got from last year. And when people come over, they're like, I don't tell them that it was from an event. Everyone's very surprised that I got a speeding ticket because it's real. It's like a real ticket the sheriff department gives you.
And the course is hot. Last car.
Copy, last car.
There's no limits. And the fastest thing about them might be how quickly they give back.
It's not a competition. If you set a record, great, but that's not what it's about. Because every year it has grown exponentially, the amount of money that they've raised for the nonprofit.
It's one of those Idaho things where you think, I just got to go see that for myself. Anyways, the Sun Valley Tour de Force has supported the Hunger Coalition through this no speed limit flagship event since the year 2020. Final numbers for you in terms of the donations. Since the partnership began, you can see the trend growing rapidly and continuing to grow, all for a great cause. And the partnership is making a real change for the local community.
We support folks from, Cary all the way north of Ketchum. Over half of folks here are either food insecure or at risk of food insecurity, just because the conditions are so rough. it can be hard to be a working class local here in Blaine County. So that's why we like to join together and fight for change. They helped us open Bloom Community Food Center. So we used to kind of just be the food pantry and kind of like a small crammed area. It wasn't like bright and fun like it is now. So they helped us open Bloom, which now there's so many more ways for people to engage, you know, community gardening, community cooking and eating together. So we're so much more than just a food pantry now. And that's largely thanks to generosity from the folks at Tour de Force. So much of our work is just, you know, bringing joy to folks and joining together and being in community together. So we have a lot of fun, and we're also joining forces to power the movement to end hunger. So we come together around good food, but then we also are working collectively to make lasting change. And it's so cool to have Tour de Force on our team to make that happen.
Hunger Coalition still has not received the final donation from Tour de Force for this year, but we are told it is a record amount, meaning they've raised at least $600,000. And on a totally different note, I am seeing some of your text messages, and it has been highlighted that I'm wearing a tie on the 208, and that is an easy way to get canceled by the 208 viewers. So please, I've remedied this, no more tie. Keep those text messages coming. I only see a few of them, and we'd love to read some of them coming in at the end of the show. So we will check back with you in a minute. We'll be back after this.
That is a nice sunset in the clouds. Likely we're going to be seeing something close to that for tonight. We've been having some nice red sunsets because of some of the smoke in the area. And by the way, some of that will likely clear out at least for a couple of days as we have this southwesterly flow coming in, which On the other hand, it's going to bring up the temperatures. So if you took the highs, you can see 96. We had 95 in the last hour of Boise. So we could get another degree or so before this thing is over. And tomorrow, 99 is what I have. And when we talk about smoke, of course, all throughout the area, there's a red flag warning, even in eastern Oregon, Malheur County, down here throughout all of southern Idaho, over here to eastern Idaho. So we're pretty fortunate right along through here, but we've got smoke all around us, okay? Now, also, we've been dry all around us. If you take a look at this hot and dry, we had 2 days of 105 degrees for July. As we come to the end of the month, time to talk about what were some of the stats out of that. 2 days with a trace of rain, which means we had nothing in the way of precipitation. Now, records show that we had 6 years with no rain over the past 100 years or so. So we're not even in the top 6 with this because we had the trace. Okay, but anyway, it has been very, very dry. And if you're looking at the weekend, well, we talked about the weekend temperatures in the mountains. Lows will be down into the upper 40s, around 50, and then highs will be in the 80s. It'll be amazingly nice. As you take a look at the 7-day forecast, starting out with tomorrow at 99, you see Sunday at 98 degrees. Now, here are the hottest days, the next 4. So we do it again. We've been doing this throughout the entire summer. As you know, in the month of July, temperature goes up, gets around 100 or above, and then all of a sudden we get a little break. We will next week. And also in this break, as we get into Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, there's a chance of a few thunderstorms that'll be around the area. Temperatures will be somewhere into the lower 90s, so they will be coming down just a little bit, Joe. So, yeah, you can go out there without a tie, and maybe you'll need a hat, but that's for next week. So
gonna start getting the winter clothes out.
Think about it. Yeah.
92, what a cool off.
Get your skateboard out for this weekend because you see these temperatures up around 100.
Rick, you know me, big skateboard guy. All right, thanks, Rick.
Be careful, will you?
I was 5.
Here on Kootenai, his life changed forever.
Yeah. We bike up to the Kootenai intersection, then this van comes out of nowhere and hits me. Ended up spending 3 months in the hospital. My chest was quickly malformed, and third-degree burns started taking shape all over my body. I broke my leg and a couple of ribs.
8 years ago.
It shouldn't have taken this to do it.
They started on a winding path, resulting in a solution of the same.
We had over 75% of the resident owners along Kootenai sign that petition saying they needed traffic calming.
The other 25%, they'll give it to you straight.
They started a petition to have them removed.
Holly Huffman?
Yeah, no one likes it.
She's one of them.
Well, we heard both sides of the coin yesterday at the official unveiling of the Kootenai Street chicanes. That happened just yesterday. A lot of people had a lot to say about the new traffic safety devices, including you at home. So we decided to take a look at some of your comments because it's all about viewer engagement here on the 208. So let's get into the mailbag. All right, Joe in Mountain Home said, the chicane on Kootenai Street looks like they would make a good driver training course, especially for the on-the-road test. It's a really good thought there. Linda says, I believe that the speed limit on Kootenai is 25 miles an hour. It is real obvious to me that people aren't doing that. What they should ticket them is what she's saying. It's a shame that it took them so long for them to finally do something there. Well, the chicanes are there to stay. So if you're driving in the neighborhood, drive carefully and slowly, which is the idea when you encounter them.
Go fast, like manuals, flow, and long grinds here, I feel like. It feels like I'm just gliding. It's so fun, flowing through the park, trying out new stuff. It's crazy that they're doing this for the skate community and they're just making new skate parks, new spots. It's crazy to me.
It's all-star skater Noah Thomas from Boise. He reminded me how to skate yesterday when we introduced you to the brand new skate park at Molinar Park in Boise. Got a lot of great comments. Thanks for being really nice to me about the story yesterday. But we also did get some questions on the story too, so we thought we should answer some of them. So we got this one from Joe and Eagle. He said, Tony Alva will be here. That's right, he'll be here on Tuesday. He said it was his hero in the mid-'70s. His riding inspired us to get better and better. Joe from Eagle even sent us this photo of him skating in Colorado back in 1975. Laura said, Joe, keep your day job. You don't have a chance to make it as a professional skater. Not yet. But a few of you said this. I love the news about the new skate park at Molinar Park. You forgot to mention where it's located, and you are correct. You got a little distracted, having too much fun. New skate park on Maple Grove. We have a link on our website for the exact address. And we got some awesome ski lift chairs. These are actually available up at the Brundage Ski Resort. You can actually own one of these special pieces of the Centennial Chair Lift. They are $800 per chair lift, but boy, what a special, unique item this is. Only 169 of these are available. They're $800 each. If you want one, they will be for sale for 1 day only. Next Saturday, August 5th, starting at 10 in the morning. If you want to go buy one of these, pick up the Centennial from the parking lot. Well, thank you for joining us all week long here on the 208. Only one way to put the week to bed. Let's take a look at your comments. Joe should do the Tour de Force on his skateboard, or Brian in his 85 Cabriolet. Bilbo in Meridian. Honestly, that would be fantastic. I would love to get Brian out there in the Tour de Force. I think he would absolutely love it. This person says, question marks, a tie? My bad. I'll tell you this, though. Someone doesn't agree. Now you lost the viewer. That came in right in after I took off the tie. We'll address it next week.